Welcome back. I'm Jose. Today on Guiding Light News, a new national report reveals billions in uncovered fraud as conservative financial watchdogs pledge support for President Trump's war on fraud. Plus, tragedy in Maryland as actor Bobby J. Brown, known for The Wire, dies in a barn fire. We're also following a Pentagon incident in Texas after the U.S. military shot down a Customs and Border Protection drone with a laser system. Overseas, the U.S. ambassador to Israel urges embassy staff to leave amid fears of an Iranian strike. Pakistan declares open war with Afghanistan, and Vice President J.D. Vance says there's no chance of a year-long conflict if the U.S. strikes Iran. And the Justice Department sues 5 more states for voter rolls as tensions rise ahead of the midterms. All that, plus a rare moment of hope deep in the Amazon rainforest. This is Guiding Light News. In the big stories, nationwide fraud crackdown gains momentum. A new oversight report from the State Financial Officers Foundation says conservative state financial officer uncovers and stopped more than $28 billion in waste, fraud, and abuse in 2025. The group sent a letter to the White House praising President Trump's war on fraud and pledged to partner with Vice President J.D. Vance, who is leading the national effort. The report highlights major findings across several states. In Florida, CFO Blazing Gallia identifies nearly $2 billion in excessive spending. In Kentucky, Auditor Allison Ball uncovered $836 million in improper medical payments. In North Carolina, Auditor David Balik found more than $1 billion in lapsed salaries tied to long-term vacancies. And in Utah, Auditor Tina Cannon identified $518 million in fraud, waste, and abuse. Medical fraud remains a top focus for the administration, especially after a major scandal in Minnesota. Vance says the federal government has temporarily halted some medical funding to the state until it demonstrates stronger oversight. Actor Bobby J. Brown, known for his role in The Wire, has died at age 62. According to a press release from St. Mary's County officials, Brown was attempting to jumpstart a vehicle inside a barn when a fire broke out. Firefighters found the structure fully engulfed, and Brown was later discovered deceased inside. His wife suffered burns to her hands while trying to help and was taken to the hospital. The Maryland medical examiner ruled the cause of death as thermal injury and smoke inhalation, and the manner of death is accidental. Brown's agent described him as a uniquely talented actor and a man of great character. And in national security and politics, the Pentagon confirmed it used an anti-drone laser system to shoot down a Customs and Border Protection drone operating in Texas. The Department of Defense, CBP, and the FAA said the drone appeared to be a threat inside military airspace. The FAA issued a temporary flight restriction over Fort Hannock, Texas, following the incident. Lawmakers expressed frustration, calling the situation deeply concerning and pointing to communication failures between federal agencies. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee told embassy staff that if they want to leave the country, they should do so today, citing the possibility of an Iranian strike. The embassy has authorized non-essential personnel and family members to depart due to safety risks. Huckabee emphasized there is no reason to panic, but warned that flights may quickly fill. Pakistan and Afghanistan have exchanged deadly strikes along their shared border. With both sides claiming heavy damage, Pakistan says militants are using Afghan territory to launch attacks, while the Taliban denies harboring them. The renewed fighting threatens to destabilize a region where ISIS and Al-Qaeda are attempting to rebuild. Vice President J.D. Vance says there is no chance the U.S. would enter a prolonged conflict if it strikes Iran. Aboard Air Force Two, Vance said President Trump is weighing options that would prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon while still leaving room for diplomacy. Vance meets with Omani officials today to discuss Iran following indirect U.S. and Iran talks in Geneva. The Justice Department has sued Utah, Oklahoma, Kentucky, West Virginia, and New Jersey for unredacted voter registration lists. The Trump administration has now sued 29 states and Washington, D.C. for voter data ahead of the midterms. Courts in California, Michigan, and Oregon have already ruled against the DOJ's request, saying the government lacks authority to compel disclosure of sensitive voter information. State officials in Utah and New Jersey say they will fight the lawsuit, citing privacy concerns. Newsom staffer under fire for profanity towards reporter. Isaac Izzy Gordon, communications director for California Governor Gavin Newsom, is facing criticism after telling a national reporter to F off when asked about Newsom's long public dyslexia diagnosis. Gordon later dismissed the reporter as not a journalist, calling her a MAGA blogger. A Fox News digital review found Gordon earns a high six-figure taxpayer-funded salary. And global human interest. A rare birth brings hope to an Amazon tribe. In Brazil, a baby boy born to one of the last 3 surviving members of the Ankuntsu tribe has renewed hope for the group's survival. The Ankuntsu were nearly wiped out by government-backed development in the Amazon rainforest. The new child, named Akip, is being hailed as a symbol of resilience. That's our report for today. In a world filled with conflict, uncertainty, and constant change, we close with a reminder from Isaiah 41, verse 10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. May that promise steady your heart and guide your steps in the days ahead. I'm Jose. Thank you for watching and or listening to Guiding Light News. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and help us shine truth in a world that needs it.